that's a tremendous looking trophy.
Hello and welcome to Platinum Storage, number one PlayStation podcast in the Oceanias. My name is Dylan Blight, and joining me, as always, Ashley Hobley.
Hey, Dylan. Excited to be here. What a time to be doing a PlayStation podcast.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy. We have cancelled games. We have good games. I mean, good game. Good game coming up. Also cancelled games.
Yep.
Yeah. Cool. So, Astro Bot.
Yes.
It's out. It's very good. It's great. It's a fantastic time. Reviews up. 10 out of 10. ExplosionNetwork.com. Read it there. Fantastic.
I believe it's a must play, right?
Yeah, true must play. Some would say.
Some would say.
Some would say. Really, really good. I don't really have any negatives for it. I've seen it is literally, let's just take Astro's Playroom and expand upon it. And I feel like if you say that, it makes it sound like it's a negative thing because it's a free tie-in game that came with the PS5 at launch. But there is absolutely no negative connotation with that at all. It is, hey, here's this thing, here's an idea. Everyone loved it, and they're like, well, maybe we'll just do a full game of that. And that was the right choice.
I could see some people being upset that it seems to reuse ideas and concepts and possibly even boss fights from Playroom and
I've
Rescue
thought
Mission.
about this, right? It's like a short film, 20-minute, 30-minute short film, and then people turn them into a feature.
Yeah, that's fair.
And that's okay. People have no
but I feel
problem
like
with
that monkey was in VR Mission as well, right?
Yeah. But I feel like they're just characters, right, at this point.
They could be.
Like Crash Bandicoot.
Well, not enough people played VR Mission to really...
Yeah, and I guess that's the thing. Also,
make a difference.
I saw a video of someone playing this game with their VR headset on this week, which is technically you can do.
just
if you want to
wishing,
just wish it. Just get your hopes up.
I don't think the experience would be that different, right? You just couldn't look around behind the Astro Bot.
Not in the world.
Oh,
right?
in the world, yeah.
Yeah, that's the 3D. There's no depth of field and. Well,
the one moment where he's about to shoot off at the end of each level, it'd be like that would be like VR Mission every time.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think it's every level's magic. There's plenty of secrets to find. I feel like Team Asobi has like sort of mastered in a very short amount of time. The art of this, like hiding things, every little nook and cranny you think you can secretly make your way into and be like, aha, I've broken the game. There's a secret there. It's sort of, it ticks all the boxes as far as a platformer goes.
Yeah.
I
love the loop of like, you find a bot, but then it's not the one that there's a missing one.
And then
you're like, fuck, I've got to go back. But then you go back and you're like, you got me. That was pretty clever where you hit that one. That one little hidden spot.
I also like how they make sure that as you find the bots, they are added like in
order.
Timeline of the level. So you do know where to look if you've missed one and want to quickly just turn around and something like that, which helps. Same for the puzzle pieces as well. You get halfway through the level and you pick up the second out there one. You're like, what the fuck? Like, guess what? It was in the opening of the level. You just missed it on the controller. So,
yeah. And then if you're really lost, you can replay the level and you can buy the little
bird, 200
bird to help you,
coins.
Which I did a couple of times. I didn't realize that where the warp things were hidden the first time I played through the first Galaxy. So then I grabbed the bird.
That's what I've had to use the bird for the most. I'd get everything other than
those are like the most hidden, I think.
They are the most hidden, the lost levels. So that's fine. And then sometimes a couple I'd find by accident, and I'll be like, oh, I kind of want to finish the level normally.
Yeah. I'll have to come back.
I'll have to come back. That's all right. Yeah, it's really, really great time. The only bad time I have is, as PlayStation Lifestyle writes here, PSA, Astro Bot save files are being lost. Here's a temporary solution. And they write, a large number of players have reported losing their Astro Bot save files because the game utilizes a strange method of saving progress. We're not sure if this is a design choice or a bug that needs to be patched, but the autosave feature doesn't actually create a save file until players quit out to the main menu. If Astro Bot crashes or PS5 unexpectedly shuts down mid-game, the save data is lost for good. How to avoid losing Astro Bot PS5 save data. The aforementioned issue has been widely reported on sites like Reset Air and Reddit, but the only problem becomes noticeable if you don't/can't quit Astro Bot properly. Until Team Asobi rolls out patches, you can avoid the issue. 1. Turn off automatic cloud saves for Astro Bot so your previous good save isn't overwritten in case you run into this issue. When playing, make sure that you stop every once in a while, quit out to the main menu. This is particularly important if you go for the 100% completing. And just do all that. So I went through this. This is my only negative experience with the game, is that there was like these major storms in Vix, Tassie as well, and tore out the power at one point, and I was like, oh, that's a bit annoying. Whatever, power comes back on, boot up the game. About 2 hours of my progress, including completing all the square secret levels, had been wiped, and I had to replay a boss fight, and I was like, try not to get frustrated because I'm like, it's just.
It's a video game. It's a great video game.
It's a fun.
It's a very enjoyable experience. I'm sure.
Happy to
replaying that again will be super easy.
Yeah,
you did it once, you can do it twice, right?
Yeah. So then it's like I when I got back in there, I was like, oh, okay, I redo the boss fight. Okay, then it gets across. I'm like, fuck. All right. So then I just replay the first level. So then it opens up the next little area of that world, that galaxy. Unlock the secret levels, and then I jumped in and attempted to do what I now knew to be the hardest of the 4 secret levels. I probably gave it like another 15-20 minutes, and I was like, nah. I just gave up. I was like, and I haven't gone back to it. So that's where I'm at with my Astro Bot Platinum run. And I truly do believe, and that's the only annoying thing about it, is I was just 100%ing the galaxies as I went up until this point.
Yep.
And then after that, and I was just like, oh, fucking whatever. No. And then
I didn't. All of them?
Yeah, the next galaxy, because that was the second last galaxy. Next galaxy, I played, I think, one of the secret levels just to see how different it was or whatever. Just break it up. Otherwise, from that point on, I just beelined it to the end of the game. So it sort of broke up how I was playing the game.
So now you need to go back cold to Astro Bot.
Yeah.
Which will make it even more difficult.
It is a weird save system that got set up. The fact that most games
I think maybe it's an ode
complete the level, but
to old school platformers.
Yeah.
That the save file is weird. That's the only excuse I can think of.
It's really odd. Because I could understand it if I happened to have I was in the mid-level, power went out, and even if I just lost that save, but the fact that it took me back like that entire galaxy, all those levels that were cleared, it took me right back to just before the boss fight in the previous galaxy, and I could never work out why that had saved, because I had been playing on a several hour, more than 2 hour play session.
Yeah, maybe that's the last rest mode or something.
Maybe, yeah, I don't know. It was odd. I'm like, why here? Why before this? But I mean, I'm not.
Or maybe they knew that people would want a save right before a boss fight.
Maybe. I mean, I'm glad I didn't lose more, I guess, but that would have been really.
It just wiped your entire save.
It wiped my entire save. I don't reckon I would have. I mean, I don't know. Honestly, I felt that might have annoyed. If it wiped my entire save, I may have been too annoyed to be bothered playing it at that point. That would have been really shit.
Despite it being a 10 out of 10 in the game.
Yeah, well. It can be a 10 out of 10, but losing your save file after that many hours of progress, it just
wipes you.
That can still be frustrating. So, but yeah, so be careful.
Take all those steps.
Take all those steps. Be aware of your weather.
Get a generator.
Yeah, all that. Well, I just didn't play for another 24 hours after that point, because the storm was still going. I'm like, well, that's it. I'm just not playing the game in the storm.
Don't want to risk it.
Don't want to risk it, so just sat off it for another 24 hours. Press start, right? Team Asobi have already confirmed that Astro Bot, its upcoming full films. It's out now anyway. Starring PlayStation's de facto mascot will be getting free DLC not long after it launches. Talking to IGN following a recent round of media previews at some Game Fest. So this is a really odd story, but
this is from 3 months ago.
Yeah, but I just wanted to talk
include it to remind people.
The studio's head, Nicolas Dessert, revealed that there are plans to add free DLC to Astro Bot soon after launch. Dessert said this DLC would add more challenge levels to the game, among other things. So
you're going to add joystick secret levels.
Possibly.
R1 and R2.
I mean,
they don't get enough love. the triggers, trigger buttons don't get enough love.
It's true. Now they did add for Playroom. They did add a DLC pack, free post PS5 launch that had the speed running in it. And remember, everyone got obsessed with the speed running for a while there. People were posting videos and everything, like trying to beat each other's times. So maybe we'll get some of that back. I'm wondering if they'll try to do proper sort of DLC. There is hints about it in the game's credits. So I don't know if this counts as spoilers or not, but the end credits of Astro Bot may point to some characters that will be included as cameos in the game's DLC. The game's credits, which thank all of the third-party developers and publishers that allowed their characters to feature in the game, also features references to several characters and IPs that aren't currently featured. The credits also reference Ubisoft 3 times, thanking them for the inclusion of Assassin's Creed, Beyond Good and Evil, and Rayman. Croc and Worms are also mentioned, as is Stellar Blade and Rise of Ronin. No characters from any of those franchises appear as cameo bots in the base game. Nor are they featured in the 4 bonus cameo bots that players can import from Astro's Playroom. While it's possible that our team of Sobi receive clearance to use these characters and then decide against it, it's more likely that these characters will be included in the upcoming speedrun and challenge levels DLC. Hell yeah for the Croc inclusion is all I'm going to say.
Yeah.
Now's the time. My boy's coming back. Remake. Only characters that gamers and game developers truly love are featured in Astro Bot. So, yeah. Legend of the Gobos.
I don't know if that's true.
Oh, sorry.
There's plenty of games in there that Sony doesn't love.
True.
Like Bloodborne.
Yeah, it's true. That is actually true. But yeah, no, it would be good to also get Beyond Good and Evil. Finally that second game can release in
some way
in this. So
yeah.
The only thing that'd be disappointing is if it's just one character from Beyond Good and Evil, because like each of the characters in that are so memorable. And I guess I would think like
it'd just be the two main. You would assume
Jade and the pig.
The pig dude.
Yeah. Rayman would be cool too. I know. Yeah, do you reckon once you finish it, you'll want proper DLC, or would you like if they put out proper DLC that was like, say,
if they put out proper DLC, I'll be happy. But whatever they want to do, they've earned whatever approval, or they've earned the right to do whatever they want to do.
Yeah. All right, fair enough. The other big game last week. Do you want to guess what it was? If I was playing one other game last week, what do you reckon it was?
Oh, you said you want to play Warhammer 40k Space Marines 2, right?
Correct. That's not out yet.
Oh.
What game was I playing last week on my PlayStation?
Quidditch.
That's right. Vampire Survivors.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
It's finally out on PlayStation. You fucking Quidditch. Get the hell out of here.
I forgot.
What are you talking
I forgot that's what I wasted a bunch of time on last week.
It's not wasting time.
I spent a bunch of time.
I like to think of it as making time because,
Yep.
if you'd wasted time on any other video game, you wouldn't have been able to spend it on time on a good video game. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Do you get what I'm saying? And Vampire Survivors is that video game. Anyway, I got the platinum. Good shit.
Did you?
Yes.
How much guide help did you get?
None, because it's actually very easy. Because all you do is you go to the main menu where it says unlocks, and as long as you just like you pick a thing and it's like get to whatever this character, do this, you just do that, and next you're 100% in DLCs, you're building it off the thing, blah 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 blah. Just play the game. I will say that I think what makes the game a lot easier, and I like thinking about it comparing to trying to get to the platinum if it was the base game prior to the DLC, is I started playing some of the DLC levels just to mix it up a bit, and some of the characters you unlock of that and the weapons I think make the base game easier.
Okay, I didn't buy any of the DLC, but I might get.
Yeah, so I just brought all the DLC at the same time as getting the game. I was like, I'm fucking give it all to me, right? Inject this shit into my veins. Yeah, I think there is.
So wait. Have you 100% of the game?
I've done 100% of the game. I've got the platinum. I have 100% on a few of the DLCs, but I will 100%. I'm not done with it. I'm going to 100% all of the 15 million DLCs that are part of this trophy list.
Do you have a favorite weapon?
I mean, it's such a boring answer, but I just feel like it's garlic.
That is a boring answer.
It is a boring answer, I know.
But I mean, it's the most effective.
It is the most
or helpful.
effective. Yeah.
Okay.
I would say if I'm not picking up. Did you see the video uploaded on Twitter the other day for Vampire Survivors?
No, it was. You just post a video with a bunch of colors on.
Yeah, that's that game. I don't know what I did. I just fucking. My character was level 316 or something. It was insanity. I could not die. I had to quit. I had so much gold though.
Even though the ghosts couldn't get you.
No. Oh, so I eventually unlock like endless mode.
Oh, okay.
Which just means they get rid of the vampire things. Actually, I lied before. I just remember there was one trophy, one thing towards unlocking there's a couple of things you have to do at the end of the game to like actually get credits, whatever. That I did do a Google. So I didn't use a guide to like take me through the game, but I did eventually. Like, how the fuck do you finish this game? Like, what am I doing here? Sort of thing. Yeah, I mean, it is addicting as fuck.
Yep.
Which isn't surprising. Like, again, we played a fair bit over at the competition, but
it's just crazy. Despite there being a timer at the top, how quickly time just disappears.
Yeah, because you start a level and you're like, oh man, what's going on? Next second you're like, oh, that was half an hour, 40 minutes, was it? Oh, guess I'll just keep going. Cool.
Yeah, just one more. What? That's another half an hour? What?
Oh, that's crazy. What's that? Keep going. All right, so I'm just looking here. So DLC Trophy Pack 1 is just evolving all the base weapons. I got that. DLC Trophy Pack 2 is evolving some of the harder trophies. I got that. And again, all these trophies are linked to, you can see them in the main menu. So it's like, and then DLC Trophy Pack 3, reach level 50 with this character, this character, this character. Like, you just start unlocking shit. If you just pick a trophy and sort of just go for it, like you'll either unlock something that'll help you now or later. Like I don't feel like you just go. What other ones I'm missing? Let me scroll down. All right, so DLC Trophy Pack 10. I've got everything up until then. So DLC Trophy Pack 10, I got to reach level 80 with 1, 2, 3, 4 characters. I don't think I've unlocked all those characters either. So Trophy Pack 11, Evolve the Iskaber. I have no idea what it is. It's a weapon apparently. Spell Stream, actually, so that's probably one of my other favorite weapons. I got to be honest, that I can't remember the character's name, but Eleanor Uzeron. So this is a DLC character that I somehow managed to unlock playing the DLC. And I think this DLC, the Tides of Foscari one, was a lot harder than it was. Like I got very lucky, I think, but I found the coffin and managed to unlock this character. And they have the spell stream thing, which is quite a very good weapon to start the game with. But the passive of Eleanor or their like ability means that at like levels, I don't know, whatever it is, 6, 7, however it plays out, they drop or spawn in the other parts of this weapon. So you are guaranteed to get them all and level them up. And then you like all those weapons combine into a much like a really OP thing. So I'd actually say that unlocking that character and that weapon steamrolled me through a bit of the game at one point there. I would just use them the most, I would say, if I was to look at what character I played the most of. I've got none of the trophies on the Triads of Foscari Part 2 or Part 3. Or Legacy of Moonspell Part 1. None of the trophies there, but I've got trophies for Legacy of Moonspell Part 2 for some reason. Tiny Bridge, I've got all but one trophy. DLC Trophy Pack 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 I've all finished. I'm missing one trophy from DLC Pack 22. So there's like no real order to what I'm doing here. I'm just like, I don't think I'm even looking at the trophies. I'm literally just looking at the in-game screen where it says unlocks, because all of those just tie to a trophy anyway. So just pick one and go for gold. Also, there's a level in this where I did not realize there was a bunch of crossovers, but there's a level in this with Among Us crossover characters and map and everything. And as you're roaming around the map, fighting off things, and you can pick up a little Among Us characters and whatever hell else is going on. Every now and then it'll come up with a timer, and you have to like race across the map to press a button, or else like a major monster spawns. So that was fun and different. So, yeah, I'd suggest DLC. Long story short,
Okay.
it's also not that expensive, I don't think, for what you get. Like the amount of extra content you'll get from it. So, but yeah, Vampire Survivors game of the year probably. If I could pick it, probably. It's so weird how good it is, and it just continues to look like absolute ass. Like,
it is not a pretty game, but
it's not a pretty game, but it's so good. It took me 1 week and 34 minutes to put platinum it. So 24 hours and or 1 week set foot. Yeah. Platinum's not even that rare. It's a 14.46% completion. So
it's just a time thing.
It's just a time thing. Just keep playing the game. I fell asleep playing it the other day. So I sat here in my chair Saturday night after finishing work, booted up around. Next second I woke, I think this was about 8:30. And then I woke up at 1 a.m. and my character was dead. And I was like, I guess I'll go.
What a surprise. Didn't have the garlic.
Yeah. So that sucks. Yeah, good times. All right, where am I? What am I doing? What else? I got distracted talking about that. PS5 controllers just got a price rise in Australia. Several outlets revealed a small increase in the price of DualSense controllers, as many online sales platforms say, with Aussie gaming outlet Press Start confirming that our Sunburnt Shores are already seeing a jump on the of $10 in most cases. This seems to be a flow-on effect from price increasing elsewhere, so in America and stuff. And then the PlayStation 5 console recently rose in Japan as well, so I expect to get that shit here as well soon. How shit? Like
inflation, am I right?
They're already like $110, $109 or whatever. Like,
yeah, but have you paid $110 for a DualSense controller?
No, that's a good point. No. Well, actually, I guess I'm about to once I go pick up my
that doesn't count.
My Astro Bot one. The limited ones don't count. Okay, normal one. No. I brought them all. The couple of ones on sale. Yeah,
and there'll be sales again. So.
Now, I will say, as someone, you were talking the other day, and it definitely sounds like yours is broken. You should buy one. You should find one.
No, they're not broken. They're working again. So. Okay. Oh, no, but the gyroscope thing, I think it's just because I was sitting.
Okay. Now, you only have one controller, really? Or?
I have two.
Okay, that makes more sense. Okay. Like, what happens if one goes flat? Of one I've got, I'll tell you what, I think one of mine is dying because I swear it lasts about 3 hours and goes flat. I'm like, that seems short.
Low.
Like very low. Like I would use it and it would go flat and I'd switch to my DualSense Edge, which is about 4 hours, and that is low. And that's a known thing with that controller. But then like I'm like, this controller is lasting longer than this DualSense. So, and I think that is my launch one. So I think that's on its way out. But that's fine. I can just fucking turf that and like the Astro Bot one can take its place on the shelf here. Eurogamer writes, this December marks 30 years since Japanese launch of the original PlayStation, and Sony has now revealed how it plans to celebrate the brand's big 3-0. Now, Ash, just quickly, is 30 a worthwhile celebration?
Yeah, it ends in a 0.
Okay, fair enough.
No, this 5 bullshit.
With the likes of digital soundtracks, PlayStation themed tours, and more on the way, Sony celebrations begin later this month with a free online multiplayer event and esports tournament running from 21st to 22nd of September. For duration, it will be possible to play online multiplayer in any PS4 and PS5 game without having a PlayStation Plus subscription. The concurrent PS5 esports tournament, meanwhile, will feature challenges for the likes of EA, UFC 5, Tekken 8, and Guilty Gear Strive, with specific details set to be published via the PlayStation Competition Center at a later date. A special 30th anniversary avatar and other game-specific prizes will be up for grabs, and interested players can sign up to compete via the PS5's Game Hub. Next on Sony's anniversary schedule are those digital soundtracks, with one new soundtrack set to be released each month between this October and January next year, God of War, God of War 2, God of War, Ghost of Sparta, Twisted Metal, Starhawk, and Unit 13 are all on the list, and they'll be available to stream on Spotify or purchasable from digital storefronts, including Amazon and Apple Music. Additionally, a curated PlayStation 30th anniversary playlist can be accessed on Spotify from today, which brings us to Shapes of Play, a new range of PlayStation-themed amusements created by the team that designed Sony's consoles. Shapes of Play Battle is a board game in which two players attempt to line up 4 different shapes of the same color to win. While Shapes of Play Crate is a set of colorful magnetic building blocks, finally there's Shapes of Play Recharge, which appears to be a range of stress balls. And all 3 will launch this December via PlayStation Direct. And finally, for now, there's my first Gran Turismo, a free trial designed to attract quote-unquote players of all skill levels to Gran Turismo 7. This promised to include cars, tracks, and races events intended to, quote-unquote, evoke the nostalgia and excitement of the very first GT experience. It's due to launch for PlayStation 5 and PlayStation 4 sometime this holiday season. Anything in there getting you excited about PlayStation's anniversary?
I mean, not overly. I mean, those those games look pretty cool. Just as a collector thing more than anything else. You know, be nice to have some PlayStation branded stress balls. Could use them.
Do you reckon they'll come out here because they're like,
no,
we don't get that PlayStation Direct thing? So
no,
it's EB Games or somewhere like.
No, they'll cost a fortune through shipping and that kind of stuff. So
no, that's what I mean. Like unless
no, there'll be no direct way to get these.
Yeah, okay.
In Australia,
you don't reckon EB Games could like?
No,
really? Okay.
No, I think PlayStation.
Okay. I would buy
found another way to fuck us.
I would buy that board game. I don't really care about the stress balls, but I would. Well, if they were cheap enough, I'd definitely buy one. But I kind of want that board game.
The battle one.
It looks kind of cool.
Hmm.
But it's like a child's game, right? It was also
it's tic-tac-toe, but
yeah, but with PlayStation, so sure. I'm a sucker. What can I say?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything particular exciting in there. But they say there's more news to come. So that may or may not be related to. Your game continues with a recently leaked image purportedly showing Sony's heavily discussed, but still officially under wraps PlayStation 5 Pro appears to have received corroboration from an unexpected source. A near identical design is now being spotted in the background of Sony's newly unveiled official PlayStation 30th anniversary artwork. Last week, prolific leaker Biblicon shared details of Sony's still unannounced PS5 Pro alongside illustration of its outer shell. While it most certainly retained the PS5's familiar open shirt design, it included one noticeable change. In place of a single diagonal stripe found on the body of the PlayStation Slim, the leaked PS5 Pro design featured 3 diagonal rigid lines. Keep that in mind as we now hurtle forward in time to present. Sony's recently announced PlayStation 30th anniversary celebrations alongside details of its birthday activities. Sony shared new anniversary artwork featuring a grey cross, triangle, circle, and square made up of various PlayStation consoles and peripherals. And there, right between the PlayStation logo and a big old number 3, sits something that doesn't resemble a currently released PlayStation device, but which looks awfully familiar all the same. A large rectangular machine with 3 distinct diagonal ridges alongside its side. So yes, while this may be our first official confirmation, albeit indirectly, of PlayStation 5 Pro's existence. What do you reckon, Ash?
Yeah. I'll give the conspiracy theorist this one. I think it looks like it.
Yeah, I love a good console conspiracy theory. So
yeah,
some of my favorite shit. I was nearly waiting when I was playing Astro Bot before the embargo. I was like, fucking have some like secret reveal in this. PS5 Pro pops up out of nowhere, like that would be the shit. Yeah, I mean, do you reckon they here? I mean, we're recording Monday night, right? Do you reckon they released this news last week? There's a PlayStation 30th event happening. I feel like surely this week is the one. Like, do you reckon overnight tonight we get done recording? That's when they're like,
"Hey, state of play."
Yeah, surely. I don't mean the curses, but surely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
I think so, right?
I don't know if it's tonight, but definitely before next episode.
Definitely before next episode. 110%.
Yeah, in which case we'll be coming to you as quick as possible with the.
Yeah. What else do you reckon they'll put in there? So, PlayStation 5 Pro. Is that it, or what else? Like
they're going to show us why we want to care about video games. They've realized we need to advertise these multiplayer games
they had to delay
quick and early.
They're like, fuck, we had a whole like segment set up about like the future of Concord and like upcoming plans and fuck.
Well, should we get into that?
I'm so yeah. Concord's dead. Here's the thing. Here's the thing with Concord.
Mm-hmm.
We played the beta.
Yep.
You have a code for Concord. I have a code for Concord.
Yep.
Never started the game once.
I played a bit.
I'm going to say thank God I didn't, because that shit would be staining my fucking trophies. You know? Like if I popped a single trophy, I would have been stuck at like 2% or some shit. So thank God.
Unless you committed in the same way you
definitely was not. I was happily spending more hours playing Vampire Survivors.
No. Shout out to the 69 people who were able to achieve the Concord Platinum Trophy.
Yeah, good.
And all the heroes out there who were jumping off cliffs to earn people extra XP.
I get it.
They're the real MVPs.
When I see stories like that, I'm like, I get it. I've been there. Like I over the years,
have you got an unattainable platinum trophy?
Surely not. Maybe someone made a list. Unattainable PlayStation trophies. Is there like a PSN profile says a forum on it. Let's see.
It's probably not a list though. It's going to be like, I can't get this trophy. It's unattainable. But then someone else is like, you just suck.
Apparently Mad Max has unattainable trophies, so maybe I do. Why is that unattainable though? Now I'm really.
Was there an online element?
No, there wasn't. Was there? Hold on. I'm gonna look up trophy list. Maybe they've like got a warning thing about why it's unattainable on it. No. See.
Reading from Reddit. Unfortunately, it is unattainable. It's all due to the up to the task trophy because one of the challenges involves the screw cap. This trophy requires online play.
What?
Yep.
How? What? Where was the online play?
I don't know. I guess there was some sort of online element.
I don't call that at all.
Okay, so of course,
then yes, I do. I do have unattainable ones, it turns out. What else you got? You got more there? Or?
No, that's. I just looked that up.
That really disappointed me. Killzone 3 apparently. Would that make sense? I guess any multiplayer.
Any multiplayer game that servers are down. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I'll get sidetracked looking at this if I look too long. All right, interesting. What the fuck was I talking about prior to all this?
Concord,
right? Yeah, dead game. I mean, there's nothing more to say. I don't think. Right? It's weird. It's odd. It's just fucking. I think disappointing, but also just a testament to video games in the year 2024. Right?
Yeah, I mean, really, it's an indictment on the long development cycle of video games.
Yeah. 8 years or something, right?
Yeah, 8 years. Obviously, you know. Yeah, it took a really long time. Obviously, it was a game inspired by Overwatch, and by the time it came out,
so
Overwatch 2 had already released, and the hero genre had become so saturated. It was pretty difficult to break into. It's interesting to think about because if they had just said no at the start, would all these people have jobs? Would they have been able to work for the last 8 years? You know, so you know, just because they may not have jobs in the future doesn't mean we shouldn't be grateful that they had jobs previously.
I mean, I get it. It's the same as, hearing people be disappointed when like like these shelved movies, like Coyote one and whatever. It's like I get that they got paid and whatever else, but like it's something they made.
Yeah.
The purpose
and so much of
sharing it-
Concord we still weren't able to see because
they had how many
they had so many cutscenes or whatever in the bank that will likely never see the day. See the light of day because we're currently coming at this with the opinion that they're not going to come back as free to play.
I don't say I don't think there's a chance. I think there's always a chance, I guess, but I nearly feel like they're just cutting their losses, which is really weird, but yeah. And again, to clarify, I guess the thing with this game is we're both of the mind of mechanically it's solid. I think the problem with the game is it was so meh around the rest of it for most people. Like, I don't even think Sony marketing more could have helped this. Like, I think
Sony marketing could have helped
a little bit.
I've seen like news places who are not gaming related talk about it, and all in the comments is like, I didn't even know Go Concord was a video game. I didn't hear anything about this.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure it could have helped, but I just think the main problem was the game chased after something, as you were saying. It was chasing something and being in development for 8 years without having its own sort of. It felt like it never really had its own identity other than just trying to chase the carrot.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe it was we played it and it did a good job at being that genre, I think. But yeah,
but there wasn't anything earth shattering or defining about it.
No, so yeah.
I mean, does this just shift? I know we've already seen kind of a shift within PlayStation strategy with, Jim Ryan's going out. So,
yeah, that's my biggest hope currently.
Do we see? Does Fair Games get a shot?
I like it's still years away to really see the end of the Jim Bob era, but I mean the Jim Bob era has been my favorite. It's
hasn't.
No, yeah, definitely, yeah. Sorry, has I think I'm vocally like on here annoyed at that guy a lot. So I miss Sean Layton is what I would say.
Yeah,
that's where I'm at. I just think that, like, the testament is one was like, I'm just gonna greenlight all these fucking these multiplayer games potentially free to play or not, and that was like that's what I picture as Jim Ryan's era of PlayStation. And when I picture Sean Layton, I picture him saying Entwine's out now, download it and play it.
Yeah.
Now Entwined is not a very good video game. I think it's like a 6, but I think that's still like when I picture the type of his PlayStation era, it was like
a risky game. Here's a game with a vision.
Vision, indie shit, like,
yeah,
like it's just very different. So, and now we've got Herman Hulse. So, we'll see.
We'll see. Do you think Firewalk gets shut down, or do you reckon Sony will give them a second chance?
I reckon they'll keep them. They'll just put in work on another game, Uncharted or something.
Yeah, put them on some sort of first-person shooter franchise, because obviously Call of Duty is not going to be. Yeah.
I saw someone the other
same
day,
seller.
Like people were like, "Why don't you just bring back Killzone and Resistance?" And then someone was saying that it's just because they're targeting more of like a family-friendly audience, which I don't know
why. Last of Us 2 is their best, one of the highest-selling games, and that is definitely not family-friendly. Just because Astro Bot came out this week does not mean PlayStation has suddenly gone family-friendly.
No, but I do agree. I don't know why. Like, they had these known popular franchises. I don't know. Just I'm like, you could probably make a Killzone multiplayer only game and people would have been more interested in that.
I mean, I think that's probably one of the killer points. Like, people have obviously been talking this week comparing Astro Bot to Concord and going, Astro Bot, 60-person team, 3 years development, it's going to sell a heap of things.
Yeah.
This is the third Astro Bot game.
Yeah.
And everybody is very excited about it. That's why it's selling so well. Well, actually, that's why everybody's talking about it. Like we haven't seen any sales numbers.
It's the 5th Astro Bot game, technically.
What?
Well, there's Playroom VR, Astro Bot.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. You
Rescue
know what I'm
Mission
saying?
and the
Yeah.
Astro
Like, it is
Playroom,
technically, I know that like Astro Bot was only a title of 3 of these games, and this is the first fully fledged non-VR one, and technically the
but
second
Astro
fully fledged
as
game.
a character has been.
Yeah, they've been building upon their ideas, and not those other things are tech demos, but a lot of their stuff is. But all that tech demo shit led to them being technically fucking sound in this game, is what it is. So, all right. That'll do it for this week's episode of Platinum Explosion. Of course, let us know comments, questions, concerns, everything you've thought about this. Laugh at us when PlayStation announces State of Play shortly before this or after this is released. But yeah, I reckon that's happening before next episode. Let us know what you're thinking of Astro Bot, RIPs to Concord, how good Vampire Survivors is.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
If you got a physical copy of Concord,
Yeah, hold on to that shit.
do not refund it.
No. I can't believe eBay Games like, yeah, just come and get a refund. It's like, no way, that shit's going to be worth more. Just hold on to it.
No, people are already selling it for hundreds of dollars.
Yeah, I wish I'd got my
That'll
copy, 'cause
be
it
a
definitely would
collector.
have been my shelf seal. But yeah,
Crazy
indeed. ExplosionNetwork.com/Twitter takes you to our Twitter page. ExplosionNetwork.com/Discord takes you to our Discord. And if you want to support us and the website ExplosionNetwork.com/support takes you to our Ko-fi page.
Forget what I just said. If you got a physical copy of Concord, send it to us, please.
Yep.
Because it's worthless,
Yeah. Game
just
shit.
send us
Who cares about
your
it?
copies of Concord.
Yep. Just send us all your copies of Concord. We concurrently congratulate you to communicate and conglomerate your copies of Concord to us. Thank you very much for listening, and until next fortnight, remember, every trophy counts.
As long as they're attainable.
Yeah, so Concords don't.